Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in. Well, we ended up getting about 1 3/10 last night. So it's a pretty nice rain. Came down kind of in a timely manner. It wasn't like a downpour for 2 minutes and then it was all just there. It came in kind of 2 sections. So pretty good rain. And today's agenda, I'm going to get the 340 here out of this shed and need to get it serviced up. Oil change, fuel filter change, and blow out the air filters. Basically, the full service. Make sure this is in neutral. Always gotta do that. Make sure your semis or any kind of manual shift vehicles in neutral before you start it. And you also want to make sure the power's on. And the power is off for sure on this Magnum, so it's actually on. So I have a tendency to hop into things and turn the key and always forget the power's turned off, but in this case I would have hopped in here and been fine, so. Uh-oh. And that right there is why you turn the power off. You get a dead battery on the 340, so better get some jumper cables. But first I gotta get the semi out of here so I can pull my pickup truck in here and jump start this tractor. Well, we don't need a pickup truck. I just fired up the 470 here, grabbed a set of cables, and let's see what we got. Didn't take much at all. So on most tractors or vehicles or anything, there's a simple drain plug you just unscrew from the oil pan and the oil drains out. Well, on this hose right here is your drain hose, and I won't be able to show you, but up in there there's a valve you got to turn. So let me see. So just like that, your oil's draining out, and this will be the only oil change I won't make a mess with, except when it comes to the filters. So what's awfully nice about having that valve you just turn with the hose there is whenever I need to swap out these buckets, when that one's getting full, I simply just turn the valve shut, put a new bucket under there, and open it back up. It makes it pretty nice. So the oil's all drained out. It's still just dripping a little bit, but now I'm gonna do the oil filter. And this one sits horizontally, On the 470, it was vertical, so there was a little spot on the bottom where you could loosen up and drain the oil that's in the canister and the oil filter before you take it off to prevent making a big mess. But on this one, you can't, so we just kind of loosen it up, put a bucket underneath here and hold it, and see if you can drain it all out and then take it completely off. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess. So I took the old filter out. This is the new one. So I put this in here. Kind of clips in like that. And that's the old O-ring. I put a new one on, and I also put grease around it to seal it up. So now this is ready to go back on the tractor. I just take that filter wrench, set this back on, and screw it in. So the oil filter's all changed. I did write hours and date on there, and I don't have any oil with me. I forgot to get some more oil last time I did an oil change in the 470. So I called the oil guy, and he's going to be here shortly. So while I'm waiting on him, I'm going to go ahead and start my fuel filter process, which is right here. Pretty much similar to the 470. If you didn't watch that video, you should go check it out. But it's in a canister here. There's a little screw I can undo on the bottom of this to drain all the fuel out of this. Then this will be my primer. So pop this off, kind of like oil filter, and pop the new one in, put it back on, and then I have to prime that one. So the fuel filter change was a little bit messier than the oil change, but it is what it is. So same thing with the oil. I got the new filter sitting here. Got a new O-ring to put on this canister. So put the filter in here, O-ring on it, put some grease around the O-ring, and put it back on. So I know I haven't put oil on the tractor yet, but I am going to prime that fuel filter. So I need a 7/16. And same with that 470, there's a bleeder on top. So I loosen that up, turn the key so the fuel pump runs whenever fuel's coming out of that bleeder, tighten it back up, and it's primed. So there is fuel running out of it, so now I'm just tightening it up. So now the fuel pump is primed for a fuel filter. Turn that off, throw that key under here, because this tractor cannot be ran yet. Needs oil. So there is one more fuel filter I gotta change. It's right here in the front. It's right down here. And it would be a lot easier if I could crank this wheel out so I had more room under here, but Once again, I can't start the tractor, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that filter off, put this one back on. Before I put this one on, I will fill it up with diesel fuel out there on the tanks. I know people say that's frowned upon because it's unfiltered fuel going into this, but that's what I'm gonna do. So, well, we've got ourselves some oil now, so let's get this thing filled up with oil. I'm gonna detail out the cab, and then this thing can be put back in the shed. I'm also gonna do the same thing what I'm gonna do with the 470, and I'm not gonna wash it off now. It needs blown off with the air compressor that's out back, so I'm gonna get that out one of these days. Take both tractors out there, blow them completely off, and then wash them off. So we got ourselves some 1540 here. I'm not sure exactly how many gallons, but from the looks of how much I pulled out, I'm saying it's gonna be about 6 to 7 gallons of oil in it.
Could return to more robust teaching.
So topped it off with oil, put a total of probably about 7.5 gallons of oil in it. I need to grease the front end. I think there's some zerks here on the back by the 3-point to hit. Clean out the air filter, blow out the radiator, and then throw it in the other shed. So we're almost done here. I did clean out the cab. There's a good look at it. Well, the 340 is all serviced up. Same with the 470. They just need washed off before they go to the field. I will say that tractor is a lot easier to service. Just the way it's all laid out with the turn valve to drain the oil, all that stuff. So that's gonna be it for this video. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'd also appreciate if you hit the sub button. So we'll see you next time.